Hi, I'm going to make a follow-up to the video I made about affirmations. I have manifested some things without affirmations, but I wanted to talk about the ones that I did with affirmations. In my last video, I mentioned that after saying I am prosperous for 3 weeks, I'm prosperous 100 times at night and 100 times in the morning. After 3 weeks, I started getting 3 job offers a day for 5 days in a row, until I got the job I wanted. So that was the first time I did that affirmation, and it was amazing results. So the second time I needed a new job, I suddenly realized I needed a new job. My client that I was working with was about to finish the project I was working on, and I was like, one day I realized I need a new job. What am I going to do? So I said, well, I'll do the affirmations again. So this time it was much faster. I did 100 times at night, I am prosperous. Next morning I did 100 times, I'm prosperous. And at 4 o'clock in the afternoon I got a phone call. I had not sent out any resumes. I was not looking formally for a job, but I got a phone call. I had a website that nobody ever went to, but I got a phone call, and in the phone call the guy was like, I need you, when can you start? He practically hired me over the phone. I went in the next day and interviewed, and I took the job. It was a great job, and I worked there 8 years. So that was the second time I used the I am prosperous affirmations. The third time was a few years later. These were all maybe like, that was 10 years between one time and the second time. The third time was probably about 5 years later. I suddenly lost a job unexpectedly because they did layoffs unexpectedly. So I had to find a job. I had 3 weeks severance. So I started doing I am prosperous. I started getting job leads as right away, but that wasn't that strange. But the strange thing is that not only did I get a job where I started within those 3 weeks, and it was a better job, I also met a boyfriend, which I didn't have at that time, and I met a very interesting man who became my boyfriend at the same time. So I think that the I am prosperous had to do with both of those results. Then the fourth time I used I am prosperous was a few years later, 2 years later, and I had a contract job which was ending, and I started doing the I am prosperous, and I got another job probably within a week of starting to do the affirmations, and the job is like much better than the previous job. Better pay, better flexibility. I can work wherever I want. The job is much better, and not only that, I happen to be working now right above where they have art studios, and I had always wanted to start painting again, so I was able to start painting again. So those are my affirmation testimonies, success stories. I have had other success stories with manifesting things, but not with affirmations, so I will tell those the next time. Thank you.